You see the slick? You see the slick? Now we throw down a Blood Imp to make this guy even that much more annoying. And we sit back and eat some popcorn. Does he have a Holy Fire? Does he have a Mind Control? 2 cards can save him. 2. That is neither of those cards. However, he now has a 50% chance of attacking me. So what we're going to do is we're going to life tap. Because it doesn't matter if we do 2 damage. Because if we don't hit him here, it's not going to work. So we're going to do this specifically to maybe get rid of this threat. We did not get something that will deal with that threat. So now, it's up to the RNG gods. If the fireball hits here, he's got a shot. If the fireball hits here, we instantly win. Alright, can he do 2 damage to me? That is the question. Said well played. And we did it! Boom! That was a really epic game. There was a couple of times where I did not use the Knife Juggler first because I didn't tap before I played. I basically played, and then put the knife, and then tapped. I gotta slow down. I think in part because I'm talking to you guys, it messes my play up a little bit, but it's not blaming on you, it's blaming me for making those mistakes. Those are the little mistakes that could have made this not so close. But my deck so far, in 3-star Masters, has gone 6-2. And the Cleric is by far the hardest matchup. Why? Because a lot of my minions are very small. And I'm constantly hurting myself to free my card draw. That's my card draw, and he can heal himself up. So he was doing everything right that game to really just muscle out little edges to stay in that game. And if I hadn't messed up with the Knife Juggler, I think, well, it might have only been one time, but if I hadn't messed up with that, that would have given me momentum sooner, and I wouldn't have had to struggle so hard with that great combo at the end. And that's where the strategy comes in, because sometimes you fall behind and you got to make a big play. And when you make that big play, it feels really good to bring home the win. And I thank you guys for saying it's exciting. I thank you for saying it's cool. I really appreciate that. I mean, it's relieving to say that you think it's cool that I got myself in against the wall and I pulled myself out of it. It makes me very hopeful for this Saturday's competition that this deck will be ready and I will be your champion. Yes, let's take out the award. And I thank the Academy for the honor of being your champion. As they say in Hunger Games, may the odds be ever in your favor. I actually prefer may the top decks forever be in your favor. So the Blood Mage is good. The Blood Mage I don't necessarily like as much in the opening. The Armani is great. I like this as like a middle game, I need another draw card. Because a 1-1 is not that great, it doesn't trade well here. Hey Raph, sometimes you gotta just bask in a second. You know, that was a really hard fought game, it stressed me out a bit. I have no idea how long it took, but it definitely felt like ages. On my brain anyway. Making all those calculations. Come on, the power overwhelming Shadow Flame to win was not something I had anticipated, but when I saw it, I just felt like I had it. Now, the mirror match isn't really a mirror match because my deck is my own creation, and although this person also has an Armani Berserker, I'm not expecting to see this person attempt to do what I'm doing. Now, we'll find out in a second what this guy has. And nice to see you, Dodos. It's always good to have you stop by. So how's your day been? Okay, a leper gnome's kind of annoying. And you triggered him? Oh, thanks. Alright.
Now, thanks
this is really annoying.
Connecticut, just about everyone can get health insurance, and no one can be
denied no, it's okay.
a pre-existing condition.
I'm glad that you actually
discount on your monthly insurance bill.
Well, we're gonna do. This is the only way we actually stay with the minions still on the board. So we're gonna trade like this.
From name brand companies.
And then we're gonna drop our own Armani Berserker just to keep pressure. So we're trading card advantage for board advantage. In this case, because you can also tap, we are actually down. With most people, like you can tap to catch up. It doesn't work in the mirror match. And that's the big problem of this matchup. You don't have the ability to just trade life for cards and get ahead, because if they see you doing it, they'll do it right back. Oh, the important part is that your life is good and healthy, and what more can we ask for, right? So right now, I Dark Iron Dwarf here, take him down, use the Armani Berserker to not just kill the spawn, but also to trigger his Enrage. And now we're in a great position. Look at our board here. And that's simply because, even though we're of equal level, this person has not really thought about the synergy of what his cards are doing yet, really. He's just kind of playing good cards to play good cards. And that's always nice, but it's never enough. So we're going to play the Demon Fire here just to remove this guy from the equation. We have to get rid of that Fairy Dragon. And now we're going to begin to put the hurts on. And so I have the board lead, where he doesn't have much of a card advantage, and I have the life lead. And in this matchup, the life lead is almost everything. Because once you get past a certain amount of life, pretty much 10 health, the power becomes more of a liability and desperation than actually a strength. And the fact that he's tapping says, I can't deal with this. Boom! Boom! Just commit suicide already from our board. He could predict that the board was so strong and he didn't have an answer, and he was about to take an additional 9 damage. So he would go from 17 to 8, and at that point, you're at 8 life, I'm at 20 life, how are you going to come back? He couldn't. So right now we're 7-2 with our MLG deck in 3-star Masters. I actually turned off the game audio to just kind of focus on some classical music. I really felt the need, well, it's not classical, it's mostly soundtracks, but it's more orchestral soundtracks. I don't know, I think I got kind of a little tired of listening to it while I was putting together this deck. Oh, cool, I'm glad that you like it. I think I just saw a spider. I'm not afraid of spiders, but I have this weird tendency that whenever I see a spider, I want to, like, squish it. And, you know, let's just mellow out. And let's see how we can do. I love this deck. We're 7-2. I mean, can't get much better than that. I mean, this is actually doing better for me than my mage deck in terms of win rate. My mage deck is 60-70%. then there's just something about spiders, man. I can't explain it. So now when we're looking at this hand, Mortal Coil is awesome. There's going to be 1 health minions. As I said before, I like this as a late game draw. I don't necessarily, I would rather have something else here, like the Knife Juggler, but I can't risk it, and this goes well with that drop. So I'm just not going to gamble not having a good 2-drop that I can coin out. And we got the worst RNG here. Like, you don't want to see this till like turn 6. Because now this is just going to waste the space in my hand. And simply, we might lose if we don't play... Wow, Knife Juggler. Oh my god. RNG has, like, basically said we're sorry for giving you Ragnaros. So instead, we're going to give you the Knife Juggler, which is the card you really wanted. At this point, if I had a Mortal Coil, I would Mortal Coil and trade that. Knife Juggler can be that powerful, especially with my deck that summons lots of cheap minions to just keep proccing his power. So, yes, Raph, keeping the use in case of weapon is nice. Although, whoa! Mind screwing here going on. Like, I did not expect him to basically mirror me. So I think the polite solution is to mirror back. Maybe if we're lucky, this sits here. Nope. Alright, so at least we're gonna trade 3. Yeah, that was really a strong, weird thing there. So, I mean, our hands probably look pretty similar, except I have this, and I assume he doesn't. Well, playing both of them, that's a real risk. So this guy is playing something very similar to my deck. Just looking at this, like, it seems like he came up with some of the same synergistic ideas that I have. And, I kind of don't want to play this, because the right answer to beat me is to use that Hellfire I have in my deck to kind of wipe the board down. So, as of right now,